Rejection often feels like a door slamming in your face, the echo of it ringing through the halls of your mind. It hits hard, knocking the air out of your dreams, leaving you standing in the dark with nothing but your doubts. You replay every moment, dissect every word, searching for where you went wrong. But what if I told you that rejection is not the end of your story, but the plot twist that sets the real story in motion? That door did not close to keep you out, but to guide you to the path meant for you. The rejection was not a failure. It was your redirection. When someone rejects you, it feels personal. You start to believe that you are not enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough. But rejection is rarely about your worth. It is often about misalignment, about a mismatch between who you are and where you are meant to go. The universe does not take from you. It reroutes you. It pulls you away from the places, people, and opportunities that do not match your energy. It redirects you, not as a punishment, but as preparation. What you lost was never yours to keep. What is coming will make you grateful for every closed door. Rejection can be a painful teacher, but it is also a powerful motivator. It pushes you to reevaluate, to grow, to transform. You start to look within, not for what is wrong with you, but for what is right. You dig deeper, finding strengths you never knew you had, discovering passions that were buried beneath the desire to fit in. You start to build yourself up, brick by brick, not to prove them wrong, but to prove yourself right. You realize that your worth is not dependent on external validation. It is a wellspring within, and the rejection was the catalyst that led you to tap into it. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. You begin to understand that life is not happening to you, but for you. Each rejection is a detour sign, pointing you towards something better. You start to see the pattern. The job that said no led you to a career you love. The person who walked away made space for someone who truly values you. The opportunity that slipped through your fingers freed your hands for something greater. What you thought was an end was simply a bend in the road, guiding you to your true destination. The pain of rejection has a way of refining you. It strips away the unnecessary, leaving behind only what is real. You learn to let go, not just of people and opportunities, but of old versions of yourself. You shed the need to be liked, to be chosen, to be accepted. You start choosing yourself, loving yourself, creating opportunities instead of waiting for them. You transform from someone who needed permission to someone who creates their own path. You become unstoppable, not because the world finally sees your worth, but because you always did. Rejection teaches you the art of resilience. It shows you that the door that closed was not a barrier, but a boundary, one that protects your peace, your growth, your destiny. You learn to knock on new doors, to build your own if necessary. You understand that rejection is not a wall, but a redirection sign. It is a message from the universe that says, not here, there. And when you get there, when you find the place meant for you, you realize why every other door had to close. You are not just surviving rejection, you are thriving because of it. You start to see rejection as a filter. It removes what is not meant for you, clearing the path for what is. You learn to trust the process, to believe that each no is leading to a better yes. You become patient, not out of complacency, but out of understanding. You stop chasing what runs away and start attracting what is drawn to your light. You understand that true alignment feels like flow, not force. You shift from seeking validation to embodying value. You become magnetic, attracting the right opportunities, the right people, the right life. The shift in perspective is powerful. You look back at those who rejected you, not with bitterness, but with gratitude. They were the ones who unknowingly set you free. Their rejection was the push you needed to find your path, to step into your power, to realize that you were never meant to shrink yourself, to fit into places you had outgrown. You understand now that rejection is not a detour from your purpose, but a direct route to it. You do not just move on, you level up. You rise, not in spite of the rejection, but because of it. When you finally reach where you were meant to be, you understand the perfection of the universe's timing. You realize that every rejection was a redirection towards something better. The opportunities that align with your purpose, the people who match your energy, the life that feels like a true reflection of who you are. All of it was waiting for you. You step into this new chapter with confidence, knowing that you are not here by chance, but by choice. Stay honest with yourself. It sounds simple, but in a world full of masks and mirrors, it is an act of rebellion. Honesty with yourself requires a brutal kind of courage, the kind that strips away comfort and forces you to face the raw truth. It is the willingness to sit with your own flaws, to acknowledge your mistakes, and to accept where you have settled for less than you deserve. While they live in the illusion, painting pretty lies over their realities, you sharpen your truth like a blade. You carve away the false narratives, the excuses, the stories that kept you small. You become a weapon forged by honesty, and those who live in deception fear the clarity of your presence. They thrive in half-truths, in the gray areas where accountability fades and shadows conceal intention. They craft narratives where they are always the victim, where their betrayals are justified and their actions excused. But you do not live in shadows. You bring light, harsh and unforgiving, exposing the rot beneath the surface. You stay honest with yourself, acknowledging where you allowed their lies to take root, where you ignored the red flags, where you compromised your integrity for the illusion of acceptance. You do not cower from this truth. You confront it, knowing that it is the only path to true freedom. Your honesty becomes your superpower. While they manipulate, twisting reality to suit their needs, you remain grounded. You do not need to remember lies or play roles. You are who you are, unapologetically. This authenticity is not just a virtue. It is a strategy. It keeps you strong while they unravel. Those who build on deception find themselves caught in their own web. But you walk freely, each step guided by the unwavering compass of your truth. You stop being a character in their story and become the author of your own. When you're honest with yourself, you see the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. You stop romanticizing those who hurt you. Stop justifying the unjustifiable. You call things by their names. A lie is a lie. A betrayal is a betrayal. And a toxic relationship is not complicated. It is poison. You stop accepting breadcrumbs and start demanding the full course. You realize that your worth is not up for negotiation. You no longer need their approval, their validation, or their weak apologies. You hold your truth up like a mirror, and those who cannot stand the reflection are not meant to stay. Honesty with yourself is not just about recognizing what went wrong. It is about celebrating what you did right. You honor the moments you stood firm, the times you walked away, the strength it took to rebuild. You recognize that even when you stumbled, you got back up. You see the growth in the pain, the wisdom in the wounds. You own your story, every chapter, every scar. You do not need to hide your truth to make others comfortable. Your truth is not a burden. It is a torch, and you use it to light your own path forward. They may call your honesty harsh, but that is only because they are used to living in soft lies. Your truth shakes them, forces them to confront their own dishonesty. You are the reminder that reality does not bend to convenience. You become a force, not because you impose your truth on others, but because you live it so fully that it exposes the falsehoods around you. Your honesty becomes a mirror, reflecting back to them the parts of themselves they have tried to hide. You do not need to attack. They will cut themselves on the sharpness of your truth. In staying honest with yourself, you create a sanctuary within. You become your own safe place, knowing that no matter what happens, you will always meet yourself with truth. You stop fearing rejection because you understand that anyone who cannot handle your truth does not belong in your life. You start attracting those who value honesty, who thrive in authenticity, who meet your vulnerability with their own. Your relationships deepen, your connections strengthen, and your world becomes a space where truth is not only welcomed, but celebrated. They may try to pull you back into the shadows, to lure you into the comfort of old lies, but you remain steadfast. You have tasted the freedom that truth offers, and you will not trade it for the gilded cage of acceptance. You understand that truth is not always kind, but it is always necessary. You choose the pain of honesty over the comfort of delusion, and in doing so, you reclaim your power. You become untouchable, not because you are perfect, but because you are real. Your honesty sets you free. While they remain trapped in their own stories, you rewrite yours. You become the protagonist, the hero, the one who faces the truth and transforms because of it. You stop running from your past and start learning from it. You become a force of nature, unashamed of where you have been and unwavering in where you are going. Your story is no longer about them. It is about you, your growth, your strength.